In a world where every dollar matters, a simple product has turned into a multi-million-dollar strategy. Every day, countless people buy rotisserie chicken. It's juicy, flavorful, and, most importantly, incredibly cheap. But this seemingly harmless product is actually a powerful weapon in the supermarket battle for customers. Companies like Costco and Walmart don't make money from selling rotisserie chickens, however, they insist on keeping them on the shelves. It's not a mistake. It's not generosity. It's an illusion designed to control your wallet. This isn't just a story about a chicken. It's a lesson in power, manipulation, and the real cost of a deal that seems too good to be true. But to understand how we ended up here, we need to look back. Let's go back in time to where it all began. Rotisserie chicken has its roots in medieval France, where it was prepared in royal kitchens during the 14th and 15th centuries. The term rotisserie comes from French and refers to a place where roasted meat is prepared and sold. The word itself comes from the verb rôtir, meaning to roast or to grill. This cooking method had a clear purpose: to ensure even browning. The constant rotation of the meat over the fire created a crispy exterior while keeping the inside tender and juicy. In the Middle Ages, rotisseries were operated manually or mechanically. Initially, a servant, usually a young boy, called a spit boy or spit jack, would sit next to the spit, slowly turning the metal rod to cook the meat. Later, these servants were replaced by specially trained dogs. These dogs, known as turnspit dogs, were a now extinct breed with short legs and long bodies, bred specifically to run on a wheel called a turnspit or dog wheel to rotate the meat. Because of this task, they were often referred to in Latin as canis vertigus, meaning dizzy dog, since they ran continuously. Although pork was more commonly used for rotisserie cooking in medieval times, chickens were considered a rare delicacy. Hens were mainly kept for their eggs, and slaughtering them for meat was a luxury reserved for special occasions. Only old birds that no longer laid eggs were roasted, making this dish rare and valuable. One famous fan of roasted chicken was none other than Napoleon Bonaparte. It is said that in his kitchens chickens were constantly roasted to satisfy his appetite, and some stories claim that during his expedition to Egypt, he brought 3 roasted chickens with him. By the 1400s, roasted chicken had gained more popularity, becoming a luxury dish associated with festive meals. But no one could have predicted that this culinary tradition would leave such a lasting mark on global gastronomy. In the 1950s, rotisserie chicken began to grow in popularity, and chickens were no longer just old hens from the coop. In the 90s, a restaurant called Boston Market played a key role in popularizing rotisserie chicken, turning it into a phenomenon in the United States. At that time, a report showed a sudden 30% increase in demand for rotisserie chicken, Boston Market leading the trend. Founded in 1985 as Boston Chicken, the restaurant reimagined rotisserie chicken, offering not only a quick alternative, but also a healthier option compared to fast food, attracting many customers who were looking for delicious and easy meals at home. But Boston Market's success didn't go unnoticed, and soon competition came from all sides. Supermarkets and big chains like Costco started selling rotisserie chicken at unbeatable prices. Costco quickly became famous for its rotisserie chicken because of its generous size, great taste, and a constant price of $4.99. Despite inflationary pressures, Costco's founder, Jim Sinegal, insisted that the price of the chicken remain the same. In fact, Costco's CFO, Richard Galanti, stated that the company loses between $30 and $40 million each year just to maintain that price. And in 2023, Costco sold no less than 137 million rotisserie chickens, which means, well, I don't want to do the math, but probably neither do the executives at Costco. Globally, rotisserie chicken has seen a similar rise. For example, in Peru, rotisserie chicken, known as pollo a la brasa, has become a true national culinary symbol, representing 40% of the country's fast food industry. But behind this success lies a secret few know, a detail that explains why rotisserie chicken is so cheap and could completely change the way you look at it. It's one of the biggest mysteries in supermarkets. At first glance, it seems strange. How is it possible that rotisserie chicken costs less than a raw chicken, or even less than a Starbucks coffee? Seriously, something doesn't add up here. The truth is, rotisserie chicken isn't what it seems. Have you ever noticed that rotisserie chicken is never near the entrance of the store? You always find it hidden, somewhere in the back. And by the time you get to it, you've already passed through dozens of aisles filled with tempting offers. This isn't a mistake. Supermarkets are setting a trap, a psychological game where you think you're saving money, but in reality, they're making more than ever. Costco sells rotisserie chicken for $4.99 since 2009, and they lose millions because of it. But what if I told you they're actually not losing any money? Well, loss is a big word, because in reality, you're paying for their loss. This is one of the oldest marketing strategies, loss leader. In short, we offer you something cheap to get you into the store, but by the time you get to the cheap product, you've already thrown a bunch of other more expensive things into your cart. If you want a rotisserie chicken, you have to pass through the aisle with chips, sweets, wine, expensive cheeses, and temptations are everywhere. And if you think you can resist, think about this. When was the last time you walked into a supermarket just for one item? But let's talk about the real reason this chicken is so cheap. It's not because supermarkets are generous. It's because this chicken was going to be thrown out. This might upset you a bit, but according to a KCT report, rotisserie chickens are often just raw chickens, almost expired, cooked only to avoid a complete loss. And if they still don't sell, they're chopped up and turned into chicken salad. But the surprises don't stop there. If you've ever felt that rotisserie chicken tastes too good to be true, you're right. Because it's not just chicken, it's a chemical cocktail. Most chickens are injected with a special solution of sodium, sugar, MSG, preservatives, and artificial flavors. This combination not only enhances the taste and texture of the meat, but also helps the chicken keep its shape and last longer. However, I should mention that not all supermarkets do this. So if you want to know exactly what you're eating, check the label. But whether you choose to buy it or not, one thing is clear. Rotisserie chicken isn't just a quick dinner. It's a well thought out marketing strategy. Now that you know all this, will you still fall into the trap, or will you leave the supermarket with an empty cart for the first time in your life?